Hello, friends, and welcome to Thursday. I'm so glad that you have joined us again for another great VBS session. But before you go into your VBS session, I would like to encourage you about today's scripture and talk with you a little bit about it. You know, we learned yesterday, I talked to you yesterday about the brain weighing 3 pounds. But did you know that your brain thinks about 70,000 thoughts or more a day? That's a lot. But here's the most interesting thing about that. Most of the thoughts that we think are about our past. The brain only knows what has happened. It doesn't know what's going to happen. It only knows what has happened. So it naturally leans to think about the past. So how do we do that? Philippians 3:13 tells us, Paul encourages, he says, "But this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth to those things which are before." How can he do this when the brain thinks about the past all the time? You know, he focuses on the things that are ahead. And when he said reach for things, reaching forward to those things that are ahead, it made me start thinking about something. You've ever watched a race in the Olympics? I have a visual for you. Here, 2 runners are crossing the finish line. You see her at number 4 and her at number 7. Which one do you think won the race? If you said 7, you are correct. Leaning in can determine a race win, a finish win for you in the Olympics. And you think about how much that runner had to stretch versus the other runner. Let me show you the visual picture again. How much this woman had to stretch versus that other one to do that win. But if you think about it, if we're trying to get rid of our past thoughts, we have to stretch and reach for those things ahead. It's not always an easy feat, but it is worth it. You know, you might ask, how do we reach for things that are ahead? Well, you know, for one thing, you can do a vision board, or you can make a dreams and goal list. You know, we encourage young people to do this all the time, but I think every age should do that. Every age should start looking forward to things that are ahead, to your future. What do you want to do? Especially now, right now in this COVID, nobody wants to stay in like this. Don't you want to go on vacation? I think we should start making plans for ahead. What do you want to do in 1 year? What do you want to do in 5 years? What do you want to do tomorrow? Make plans for that. Everyone should take advantage of dreaming big. You know, Walt Disney was known to encourage his team to dream big. He would ask them what goals or dreams they had and ask them what was the impossible part of that task. And then after they told him, he would tell them, we're going to do exactly that. Wouldn't you want to be around somebody that pushed you to dream big and to dream the impossible? And not only that, see yourself accomplish that. When you pair your dreams with God's big thinking, you can accomplish those dreams. The mind is powerful, but it's even more powerful when it's connected to God. So I encourage you to dream big, reach ahead. I know those mistakes happen. I know you want to forget about your past, because who wants to dwell on things that you might not have liked, or maybe you have had some losses and not many wins. But forget about that. Reach for the things ahead. Norman Vincent Peale says, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. Don't you want to land amongst the stars? Well, I encourage you, reach big and focus on what's ahead of you. Well, right now, you do have a VBS class that's ahead of you. So I'm going to let you go now. But remember, reach for what's ahead. Enjoy your VBS session. Day 4, we'll see you tomorrow.